check that out. Now we've got the Dana Dolly. What's up? It's Parker with Peanut Grip Co. And here's one of my favorite little pieces of kit for a new filmmaker or, you know, even a seasoned pro. You gotta have one of these in your kit. It's a Dana Dolly. Now this isn't a name brand Dana Dolly. This is the Kessler Shuttle Dolly. I bought this some time ago, but it is worth its weight in gold. Today we're gonna do a little bit of maintenance to it and I'll show you how to set it up. Most Dana Dollies look something like this. They have 4 swivel wheels, kind of skateboard style wheels. These are especially large. Duke is a big fan of them. Because of the issue I was having with the keyway, I've got a handful of washers and bolts that go with this kit. Something always comes up where you can't mount the head in the correct way that you want to the Dana Dolly. It's just a never-ending thing. I don't know why that is, but it does happen. Also in the kit, I've got this horseshoe, which adapts different keyways to other things of different sizes. That's super handy. And then we've got the feet. So the whole thing that the pipe goes in, I'll get this big case out of the way and we'll talk about it. Now, what drew me to this piece of kit was actually my boss man said he needed a Dana Dolly for the truck, but he didn't really want to buy one because he didn't have much use for it outside of, you know, everyday doodads. And I was in school at the time and I thought, oh wow, that'd be pretty handy to have and I could rent it out to my classmates. And I did, and it worked out wonderfully. Over the years, some things have kind of worn out on it, namely the leveling feet are kind of whack. So I've bought some new leveling feet for it, and they should just snap right on there. And the kit I ordered, I had to get 2 of these, but it comes with a new foot, a new swivel piece, and a new knob. So we'll just take the old ones off. I'll still keep these parts just in case. All right, we've got those both removed. I'm just gonna wipe this down because it's filthy. Looks like the new set came with some grease, which is nice. I would like to lubricate those holes. So it's got these flip up things that you can clamp the belt of a slider module to motorize the whole thing. Say if you're gonna do not motion control or something like that. I haven't had the chance to use that yet, but it is a cool feature that was also a big selling point for this thing. What do you think, Duke? He thinks, wow, it's so dirty. We got the 2 tops, and then we've got the 2, what are the feet part. I'm gonna go ahead and just put some lubricant on these guys, so hopefully they don't seize up. Steel and aluminum are not best friends, believe it or not. Go. Ugh. So we do a lot of parts that are cast or billet aluminum with steel fastenings. And if you're not paying attention to those, if you don't touch them with anti-seize every now and again, they can get kind of gross and gummed up. So it's important to keep an eye on those kinds of things. You've got a bottom and a top and a piece of pipe that goes between there, and then you clamp them down on each other, and you can use these feet to level out your track left and right if you're on the ground, or if you're on boxes. You know, you can also just use wedges. I'm a big fan of just using wedges because it's a little bit quicker. But this thing's pretty cool because it has all these different mounting configurations. So you can take this, you can put speed rail starters on it. You can make legs and stuff. Say if you're in the remote jungle of the Amazon or something, or Jeff Bezos's warehouse. You can put speed rail legs on it, level it out real quick, have quick adjustability, left and right, up and down. that good stuff. It'd be funny if they sent me this and it was Loctite. Oh, it is Loctite. No, it's grease. It's got to be grease. You know what? Since we don't know what this is, and it would be super bad if it was red Loctite, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to say, screw the included blood. We're going to get our own blood. And we're not going to use red Loctite. We're going to use blue Loctite. Maintenance is super critical with grip gear. You always got to grease, lubricate, check up on. You know, you're always doing something, tweaking on something, wrenching on something to make sure that it's working right, because nothing's ever perfect out of the box, and it won't ever be. It's an endless battle of owner versus equipment, and I'm sure you rental house people know this too, but it's a never-ending game. Something is always breaking, always breaking. So the problem was these kept popping off, and I couldn't find just the feet. I had to order the studs too, but it's really no big deal. All right, now that we've got those on there, we'll get the blue Loctite. We'll put the blue Loctite in the, if you don't have this big bottle of Loctite, are you really a grip? Okay, put the blue Loctite in there. That's a lot. Spin that guy down on there like that. Okay, that one's good there. We'll do the same thing on this one. Sorry this is taking so long. I swear I'll show you how to set this up in just a second. The main principle is that there's two pipes that run parallel to each other, and then you put the thing with the wheels on them that way, and it creates a track for the dolly or the shuttle thing to run on. Now, attaching these to whatever thing you need to use can be done a multitude of ways. You can use these, which are called TVMP adapters, or TV to motion picture adapters, which basically means a TV thing which would have like a grid hanger, like to be hanging in a TV studio, and adapting it to a motion picture standard, which would go on a stand like a baby pin or a junior pin. So I like these. You can thread them in here like this, and then you can drop this in a low combo or like a Matthews slider stand or something like that. But if you want to put it low and use the leveling feet, you have to take this off, which I don't super like doing because it's kind of slow. Or you can just flip it over and use wedges like that. And that's usually what I end up doing, is just flipping it over instead of removing that. I don't super love putting it on baby stands, like C-stands, anything with a baby pin. Not a big fan. I like the junior pin where it can go in a low combo, or if you have to, a full-size combo, which is not often. But I really just like using it on boxes the most. So we've showed you the TVMP thing. We'll take that out. We'll throw the pipes in there and show you how this thing works. There's a bunch of other attachments like brakes and guides for using it in more of a motion control kind of setting. Now, when you're picking out pipes for doing this, you want to pick out pipes that don't have a whole bunch of tape on them, or holes, or any sort, like a whole bunch of grubs that, you know, we've been using this pipe for other things. Preferably you want to get as smooth pipe as possible so that you get a nice smooth roll on the dolly, because these are kind of hard wheels. They are large wheels, but they're hard wheels, so they pick up kind of any of those little micro vibrations if they're pretty substantial. Anyway, you lay the pipes in there like that. Then I'll take this guy, I'll put him like that. I'll squish these two guys together. That's why I like doing it upside down, is because these are hard to stand upright, and once you get it, you set that one on there, then you slide that one in, then you can tighten these, and this will clamp the pipes so that they remain parallel. You can adjust your length if you need to. I'm just gonna go flush on this end. They're both 6-foot pipes, and then this one, take it out here, just like that, easy peasy. Just touch them, get it to the ends, clamp them down just enough. Now you're ready to roll. So if I needed to be up on this table and level them, I could adjust the feet, and then I would be able to level these with the leveling feet that are on there. And it actually looks pretty okay right now. A good judgment, you can stick a 4-foot level on this if you want to, but if you go ahead and throw the sled on, see, it's downhill a little bit that way. Not so bad. We'll say it's good enough. But since the Mitchell is in the shop, we're gonna throw this ball head on there, which I have from a yard sale, and it still says made in Western Germany. So that thing's pretty old. It's definitely older than I am. Obviously this is a Mitchell to bowl adapter, but it will work just fine. We can put our camera on. Check that out. Now we've got the Dana Dolly. And you can hear all the little creaks and pops it's going over. These wheels are adjustable too, inside and out. It's got all these 3/8 threaded spots on there. So if you did want to rig something crazy on it, you could, like an arm to push way out, or a speed rail starter, or to hold something out in front of the camera, you know, while it goes past. You could definitely do that. This one's got the most mounting options that I've found. Another neat little trick for a Dana Dolly or a Shuttle Dollies, something like this, is you'll notice it doesn't have any brakes, right? So if I let it go and it's not level, the camera will just keep sliding this way. What I like to do is just pick one up, turn it sideways, and now it's not going to roll away on you. You can spend the time putting all these things on, which are like brakes, or they go under here and they like capture the pipe, and you can tighten them down so that it acts like a brake. But I find that coming on and off of the pipes as often as I do, it's way easier just to flip a wheel and be locked off instead of fiddling with all these things. These things are nice, but I just don't have time to fool with them. Anyway, thank you for watching this little video about setting up, cleaning, and repairing this Kessler Shuttle Dolly. If you have a Kessler Shuttle Dolly or a Dana Dolly, maybe you own a small little rental house or something, drop a comment, shoot me a DM. Would love to chat. All right, over and out. Sayonara. Goodbye.